what's up guys, and welcome to Xbox On and our very first episode of Xbox Reveal, where we take a look at some of the latest drops to come to the Xbox world.
We were lucky enough to take a trip to EA's offices to get a first look at Firestorm, the Battlefield V Battle Royale, which gives you new ways to experience the Battlefield universe.
We're going to go over everything that we've seen and found out about the game and let you know what to expect ahead of its release on March 25th.
So for those wondering, Firestorm is coming as a free update to everybody who already owns Battlefield V. On its own bespoke map, Firestorm is a battle royale with a few interesting twists. And for Battlefield fans, this is a really interesting take on the battle royale genre, featuring the drop-in, high-stakes gameplay BR players crave, all set within the more hardcore Battlefield universe.
The game features the typical airship drop-in, parachute down and mad scramble for loot, before settling into intense, tactical combat that lasts for around 20 to 25 minutes on average, with 64 players per game.
We played quite a few rounds of Firestorm as a squad of 4, choosing a different place to drop every time, and trying out different vehicles and weapons in the process, some more successfully than others.
We also had the chance to play a few games solo, which was another experience entirely. The map is called Halvoy, and according to the team behind it, it is 10 times bigger in size compared to the Battlefield V map Hamada, just to give you a sense of scale.
The map contains multiple biomes featuring scenery and areas similar to the maps from the multiplayer portion of the game, but flowing seamlessly into one huge open area.
Our first impression is that the game is deceptively fast-paced and tactical.
You die quite quickly and you have a cooldown on healing that paces out the way you deal with enemy engagements. Just like in Battlefield, enemies are quite difficult to see, and the environments and weather effects, alongside the huge circle of fire closing around you, all impact this in a huge way.
The environment's destructibility make for interesting play because you're never truly safe no matter where you are. All it takes is a grenade or a random tank to come over a hill and destroy all the hope of cover. The gunplay is fast and hectic, but the options to move around and outplay your enemies are plentiful, and there are a lot of gadgets at your disposal to deal with whatever enemy RNG throws at you.
There's a basic ping system that lets you indicate to your teammates your intentions or highlight a weapon, and it's color-coded to help your teammates to know whose ping is whose.
So let's take a look at some of the core gameplay features. Firstly, your specializations make no difference to the gameplay other than affecting the way you look, so you can change your character's looks, but it doesn't make any difference to your gameplay.
It's all about the fashion, baby. You won't start with any weapons other than a knife, which you can customize, but all of your guns and gadgets will come from floor drops and other loot points once you've parachuted onto the ground.
The inventory is always visible on the right-hand side of the screen and offers a quick, comprehensive look of your equipment. It's easily navigated by pressing down on the D-pad and then using the sticks to select something that feels very smooth and quick.
Another interesting point to note is that the inventory does not obstruct your gameplay. You can access and use your inventory while also having an almost full view and control of the game at the same time. If you aim or press any other button while in your inventory, it will immediately take you out and let you react to any threats nearby, meaning there should be no menu fumbling getting you killed, in theory.
You can pick up to 2 different tiers of armor and armor plates to repair that armor, but the higher the tier, the longer it takes to pick up, leaving you vulnerable.
Backpacks enable you to carry more items and gadgets, who'd have thought. You can carry any 2 guns plus a pistol, 2 gadgets, healing and armor repair, and lots of ammo for any gun. These items are available all over the map, in buildings, in loot boxes, and by picking them up off enemy bodies when you kill them.
Guns again come in tiers, with higher tier weapons having added perks akin to having more attachments added, and the tiered weapons can be found randomly, but better ones are more likely to appear in unlockable safes.
The lack of attachments means you're focused on upgrading the rarity of the weapons rather than upgrading the first gun you find on your drop. You'll be looking to constantly upgrade the gun itself. From what we saw, it looks like pretty much all the gadgets from Battlefield V are in Firestorm, from anti-tank mines, incendiary grenades, and more.
One of the interesting things to note is that you won't have access to the exact same map experience every time you drop in. The map itself stays the same, but each time there will already be a fire ring active within the map, and you'll drop within this ring, meaning some areas of the map will be inaccessible depending on that zone each time.
As the zone moves in, the area left behind by the burning inferno will have radically and drastically changed. Not only will the air be filled with haze and ash and embers, the structures will be mostly destroyed. Being stuck in the burning zone will deal you incremental amounts of damage that increase as the game progresses.
Once the zone gets to a small size, it gets really intense and interesting. The flames act as a bright background that helps highlight the enemy players against it, and the whole environment adds a sense of urgency to an already tense situation.
When you kill an enemy, their loot basically falls all around them. Boxes of ammo, armor, guns, and more. You need to quickly discern what you need from this pile without accidentally switching out your weapon. Pick up new armor plates, switch out gadgets, and make sure you're not carrying excess ammo that you don't need.
Capture zones are indicated by Zeppelin balloons. You run over, capture a random point on the map, and if you're successful, you'll get a loot drop. On the map, you might find one of 3 capture zones, which works similarly to the normal capture zones Battlefield players might be used to. Your squad can run to the zone and begin capturing it, but this will be visible across the map to other nearby squads who might contest.
If you successfully capture the point, you'll be rewarded with a random loot drop. It's always nice being rewarded. You'll find vehicles all over the map, ranging from classic cars to tractors to tanks. Some of these are just out in the open, but there are also vehicle lockups dotted around the map that take a while to open and attract enemy attention. But they'll reward you and your squad with heavy reinforcements in the form of tanks.
Doesn't sound very fair. Player versus tank. Luckily, there are also weapons and gadgets around the map to help counter these tanks. But it does feel pretty cool roaming the map in your metal fortress. As you loot, you might also find flares that you can throw on the ground to spawn a random vehicle. Sometimes it's a tractor, sometimes it's a tank. That's the luck of the draw. There are 17 vehicles in the game ranging from land, sea and air, including helicopters.
When you're downed, you have a moment of horrible helplessness, but then you actually have weapons you can use to defend yourself and help your team. You can use your knife on nearby enemies while you wait for a revive, but if you've picked up a pistol, you can use that in a final stand type mode. It's hard to aim, probably because you're dying and all that jazz, but it's really cool being able to actually defend yourself and not feel completely useless.
Reviving teammates is fairly quick, as is healing after you've been downed, which feels very similar to the typical Battlefield V experience. The graphics, of course, look fantastic, and the firing effects in particular are really impressive. The way the light changes as you traverse the map keeps the game feeling really interesting and varied, and really keeps you on your toes.
Particularly impactful and interesting was the fire ring, and the way it sort of takes over your vision and hearing until you're out of range of it. Really changes the way you think about it.
The roaring fire and licking flames really add to that sense of urgency you feel when you're at the edge of the zone to start with. You know you're vulnerable, and even when you're inside the ring, if you're too close to the edge, you're at a major disadvantage, which is a first for most battle royales.
This will no doubt be one of the best looking battle royales of this generation, especially on the world's most powerful console. Each new biome looks beautiful in unique ways. Reflective puddles and a constantly changing landscape keep you triple checking your every angle.
So that's a first look at Battlefield V's free update, Firestorm, the Battle Royale mode coming out very soon on March 25th. If you own the game already, you'll just need to download the update and you'll be ready to go. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on any future content, and let us know what you think down in the comments below.
Be sure to follow us on Mixer, where we will definitely be playing Firestorm when it's released. See you next time.
Bye.